I had a mystical experience 3 years ago that profoundly transformed my life. It changed the way that I look at the world, at life, at the future, where we are headed. And it helped me to confirm some of the things I was worried about, but particularly to reinstate a sense of faith that things will work out, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We will make it through this, and these hard times, they are here to allow humanity to see all of its creations, to confront us with all that we have made, all that we have allowed. And we have to go through that, we have to face that. But at the end, I see a future of a humanity living in harmony, a humanity finding harmony with each other and with the life, all the other life on this earth. Hey, I want to take you back to 3 years ago when I had hit rock bottom. I was coming out of an activist burnout. I was not able to look at a screen for more than 5 minutes because my eyes had given up mostly. And then my knees couldn't allow me to walk for more than 5 minutes a day either. I was in a moment of desperation. And in that moment, I said, well, I don't know how I can still be useful at all in this situation. When I'm faced with this, how can I be useful in any way for the greater plan of humanity? And I heard a voice in my head that said, after dinner, go and sit in your chair in your living room and listen. And so I did. And what came was a vision that showed me a timeline of my future, of things happening in the world, happening to my family, people I know. And it completely changed the way that I look at the future. Before the vision, I would think of the future as this blank, we don't know what's going to happen, you know. I had ideas and I would analyze things happening in society and see trends, sure, but it was blank. I didn't really know what was going to happen in the future. I had no idea. And that is no longer the case. And I'm not going to tell you this is the truth. I'm not going to tell you that you should believe what I heard in a vision. I know I had some kind of experience that felt abnormal, that felt magical to me. But I don't know what predispositions I had, what ideas were fed into that. At that time, I had concluded that human society was collapsing. And I had heard the words of Alberto Viola, who spoke about the prophecies of indigenous people, where they said that this was a time of great turmoil, of natural disasters, and of a culling of humanity. You see, after humans and their self-destructive behavior, at least that part of us that was the self-destructive behavior that our society is organized around, once that destructive behavior has decimated populations of all other life on Earth, or most of it anyways, the message was that this is now coming to humans. Now, the vision never explicitly confirmed that, but the vision did give me a feeling of confirmation of generally what I saw in terms of a collapsing human civilization that had to face the facts of all the broken systems, all the unsustainable ways. And we were going to go through a process of being shown all of these things and an increase of challenge as sort of the pressure comes on all of the broken and unsustainable systems. And this pressure is really there as a result of how broken the systems are, how traumatized the species is, and how our entire civilization is built upon those traumas. And so the vision showed me a path of how this is happening, and you might think this sounds very doom and gloom. And that's not the case. At least, I don't think that's the case. That is not the energy of the vision. But that was not that explicit. The moment the vision started, I felt a confirmation that felt that everything was going to be okay. And when I say okay, that doesn't mean a lot of people aren't going to die. That doesn't mean there isn't destruction, but that is already happening right now. Doesn't mean there won't be, terrible tragedy, but that's already happening right now. What the vision confirmed is that there is a path for humanity, that there is a road that we are walking towards becoming a harmonious species, living in harmony on this planet. We are headed there, and when I told my mother about the vision as it was happening, she at some point questioned me, why is it so doom and gloom? And I thought, no, it's not. That's the feeling I got. So as I started thinking about that, I got another piece. The vision told me that 35 years from now, we will come to the great peace, the great harmony. Now, 35 years is a long time, but at the same time, I think this is very, very fast. The great harmony, as I understand it, is a moment when humanity as a whole, each of us, decides, agrees collectively and individually to be a human of harmony. And that is a big thing. That is a big turning point in humanity's history. And I think 35 years is not that long a time, really. But before that, we have to face everything. And we have to make a choice. Do we choose to continue humanity? Do we choose to take the steps to change, to transform ourselves, our behavior, to begin again, to set up new ways of living, to find new ways of living, to get together the way I see it, the way I understand it? There's an opportunity for us to start over as humanity, to get together in small communities and set up again, learn again how to live in harmony with nature, with each other, to learn again how to set up systems that help us live, help us survive, to provide us with the things we need. We can make a different world, but we have to start building it. You see, before I got the vision, I was fighting against a system that I thought was unjust and that had to change. Well, that system is now collapsing. I don't think there's a need to fight it anymore. I don't think there's much to be found in the system anymore, except it's still keeping most of us alive. And not for long, because it won't be here. It's not functioning. It is functioning less and less, and this is something we've seen happening over the past couple of years. This is one of the reasons I'm finally speaking this message, because I'm seeing it happening in front of my eyes. I think you can see it too. As a system is collapsing that is still providing most of us with our daily food and our survival needs, we have to start building the new. We have to start building the new systems of survival, the new systems that keep humans alive in this world. And those systems can be in harmony with nature as much as possible, and more over time. This is something that I believe we need to work on together, but also on our own. It's a personal process of figuring out what you can do, what steps you can take, and getting together with other people, finding ways to live in a different way. The vision ensured me there was a safe path for those who take that choice, who choose to continue humanity, who choose to set on the path towards the great harmony, to set on the path of becoming a new human. This is what many Indigenous talk about as well, that this is a time of a new human that will rise. But we have to make the choice to work on that continuation of humanity towards a harmonious species. We have to let go of the old and start building the new. That is the message that I received from the vision. That is what inspires my work, my life. That is what I remember every time it's difficult, every time I'm like, why am I doing this? Because it isn't an easy path. After the vision that told me I would go to Sweden in 2 to 3 years, 2.5 years later, I moved to Sweden. It all worked out that way. And we found a beautiful house in the middle of nature. And we're trying now to live more self-sufficiently and trying to avoid living with toxins, trying to do things better, but it's not easy. And exactly that is why we have to get started now, why we can't wait. And this is what I wanted to share with you, so that you can take steps if you want to. That's up to you. We're on this journey together, and we'll get there. But we have to choose. We have to make the choice to become the new human, to go on that path of transformation. And then we'll see each other at the great gatherings. And we'll see each other at the great peace. I love you, my dear fellow human. Let's do this. We can. It is time.